Here we go, Laurie, the third quarter, the final quarter. You have to rerun that Rocky's 24-hour locksmith time clock. I think that showed about 35 minutes, so we haven't started yet. But 42 plays 60. The final quarter brought to us by the Geelong District Footy League Bingo Centre out there in Belmongers Road. And good night out down there, Laurie. You can take a few bucks along and try and win yourself a fortune.
Yeah, you can have a good of a go at it, can't you?
Laurie, I just want to stick it up Moose Meatson. He's sitting over there in that yellow van. He just couldn't get out. It was too cold for him, David Cook.
Yeah?
Well, he's a radio megastar or something, he thinks now. So anyway, back to the centre we go. Bissett gets the kick out. Walsh gets the kick out of the centre. Out wide it goes. Now Bell Post Hill through the agency of David Wall. The pacey Wall gathers well. Kicks down. Up goes Scotty Simon. Flew across the front of the pack. Just couldn't hang on to it at the right time there. Here comes Jolly. Pushing the ball around the boundary line away there from David Gibbs. And out of bounds she goes.
That was a good effort of Scotty Simons then, though. All the same to jump across the front of the pack.
Yeah, he had it and just lost it at the last minute there, didn't he? Would have been a good mark, but it wasn't. It's out of bounds. Boundary throw in at ground level. Camerado gathers, gets the hand pass, heads back towards the fence, in fact. Looking there for Jason Greaves. He couldn't run onto the footy, and we'll see another boundary throw in on the far side of the ground. And of course, during that the vital third quarter, we saw Bell Post Hill kicked 1 goal 4, and Anakie managed 4 goals 1. So that tells the total of the third quarter as Greaves, it looks like, gets under it. I think this one, not a bad kick too. Goes up towards Brendan Jolly. Hooked over the back. Play on now as it goes almost to half forward for Anakie. In goes Light. Loses the footy on this occasion. Oh, goes back, gets it. Does well. Right foot kick. Bissett using the body out in front. Punched away from him this time. The big fella gathers, kicks it out wide to Corey. And there's a bit of vision for you. Corey Bissett takes the mark as Michael Scholar comes in to stand.
They're a little bit like the old Nankervis brothers. Bissett, one gets and kicks at the other.
The poor man's Leyland brothers.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Laurie de goal, he says they're like the Leyland brothers. But, gee, they got the radar out, haven't they?
They certainly know who one another are.
And Darryl Bissett couldn't take the mark on that occasion. It was a good fist from behind there if it had been Brady. And, he got it across nicely. And Corey straightens up on the right foot, kicks it long. It looks to be drifting away to the left-hand side. Up they go. It'll be slapped through from behind. Just a point there off the boot there of Corey Bissett. He got the 1 goal today, but certainly been effective at centre half forward, Laurie.
He's certainly been a good player out there, David. Yes, no doubt about that. Yeah, I thought he might have kicked that, but it was just a little bit beyond him. He put a good kick in, but just didn't quite get there.
Yeah, just not kicking as far as he was early in the season. I'd agree with a couple of comments earlier there. As we waited the ball to come back into play now, the umpire might have said you've run too far over the line here, I think you'll find. He's just going back to talk to... it's that. Gone too far over the line. That was... who was that kicking in? Michael Batty. Ran over the line, so it's a ball up on the end of the 10-metre square. This will be pretty hardly fought. Up goes Tony Field, knocks it to the ground. Done well, the big fella. Here comes, looks like Lewis, is it, coming out of the fence. Have to kick in a hurry after having a bounce. He does. He chips it round the woods. Half-back flank. The kick's all right. Paul Welsh couldn't get there in time, and they retain possession, Bell Post Hill. They need to make a move down this. They've got to attack this side, Laurie. I'd agree with that kick there out
definitely
towards
got
Miller.
to be on this side. They have to attack.
Miller couldn't take the mark, but Camerado butted up well, got it across the Greaves. He's run down on the tackle. Goes back now towards Mark McCrowan. He's got plenty of pace out there at half-back. He just steadies and weighs up his options. Kicks the ball not as well as he would have liked to. Looks like Scott Simon getting in the way and taking a nice grab. Perhaps young Mark McCrowan could have done better than that with the foot, Laurie.
Yeah, I think so, David. I think he'd be disappointed with that.
Yeah, you're looking for Gibbs there, but it wasn't a good kick. Simon gets the ball back to Corey Bissett. Needs to hold it in because Adam Brazilowicz is out there. And,
possession's the name of the game at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah, any time wasted on Anakie's part here would be well spent, I would think, from their support.
Well, especially over that side of the ground. Bell Post will have to bring it over on this side of the ground, the broadcasting side, and take it in from there.
Up they go. Glenn Light does the ruck work on this occasion for Anakie. Knocked it forward 10 or 15 metres. Wasn't a good hand pass going back there, getting it away. In fact, was that Michael Scholar went a hand pass the wrong way. Had no option, though. Might have found the safety of the boundary line. He has probably about 55 metres out from goal with Anakie into attack.
Anakie got this wall going across there again, David, across the centre of the ground here with Big Welsh there. And
yeah, and I tell you what, they've got Mickey Carter having a shot on the left foot for goal. Bissett's held off the footy. He said the umpire, what about it?
He's not going to buy that.
No, Adam Gladkey is just as experienced, even more so than Darryl Bissett, and we'll see a minor score registered there for Anakie, but importantly, it's still in their attacking zone. Here comes Batty. Let's see how he kicks this one. That's a good kick too. But getting back, Camerotto judges the flight brilliantly and takes the mark in amongst 3 Bell Post Hill players who were well, they couldn't do anything about it, obviously. Camerotto goes for Corey Bissett, who grabs a mark out there at half-forward flank. Right on the fence, but certainly presenting himself pretty well in the forward zone today.
Certainly, David. I just feel that Anakie got this wall across here, and it's very hard for Bell Post Hill to get the ball out at the moment. They're going to have to take a few chances and try and run it out. They're not going to just kick over the top.
Okay, let's wait on Corey Bissett now as he's in screen.
A little bit closer, maybe distance.
Now, Camerotto gives him a little lead in short to go across, and he accepts that with glee, because just as you suggested, a bit far out. Poor Camerotto's narrowed the angle by about, well, he's got to be 25 metres in from the boundary line now. And, of course, can he kick a footy? Camerotto.
He can certainly kick a football.
He's kicked them all well today, apart from one he went for a big spiral and miskicked it. He's put the foot right into this. Let's wait on the goal umpire. Might be drifting away to the right. It is.
There's not enough excitement up there, I don't think.
Oh, gee, what a bad kick, was it?
A top kick.
Put the foot right in it, but offline there at the last bit. 1 point only on the board to Anakie, but they've gone further ahead as we wait on Michael Batty to kick the ball back into play.
Hang on, I'll get a shot of the bench here.
Here comes Batty, goes out wide. They've got to take chances. He kicks it out wide. The mark's all right too. Little youngster there taking a mark at half back. Chips it over the top, goes towards Wall. He's got the ball nicely too, David Wall. On it goes to, that looked like Lewis. Tumbles the ball at Matthew Lewis round the corner. Big Tony Field gathers. An effective hand pass inboard. It's all right. Barry Burke's hand pass wasn't too good. His teammate, unfortunately, young Nathan Lewis, slipped and fell over. Burke goes back to get it. Gets it out wide. Here's Matthew Lewis again. Doing okay. One of their better players. Punt kicks the ball up towards half forward. But look, here's the big fella, Costello, taking the mark in the, well, just short of the back pocket. He's out a little bit from that position, but playing in front was Costello as he took that one. Goes out towards Goggles, up, can't mark. Goes to ground. Here comes Field, knocking the ball further afield. Here comes Simon out of defence, and he gathers it. He runs straight past Papa Smurf, and he chips the pass to Camerotto. He can run. He can run. Hearn stops still, but Camerotto goes on, and Camerotto bombs it long to Corey Bissett. One out. It's fisted away from him. Cameron Carr did very well on that occasion. He paddles the ball in front of him. Well played. Has a bounce. Might have another one. No, elects to go on the right foot this time. The kick's got to be good. The kick is not good. And again, they've gone into attack, and again, it's not a good kick. And
they're wasting, just turning the ball over a bit too often at the moment, Bell Post Hill. They have to,
too easily. He's under no pressure then, Laurie.
That's right.
Should have
It's
done better.
3 times now in a row.
Yeah, Darren Jolly heads out there towards Brendan Jolly, but off hands it goes, running onto the football there. Young Gibbs, he can't control it before it goes out of bounds. In fact, it went out of bounds that quickly, couldn't get a hand on it.
I don't know whether you noticed there a moment ago, Darryl Bissett just showed his courage. He actually chased the guy 30 metres down the ground. He didn't catch him, but it was a great effort because, as we know, he's only on one leg, but that's the sort of character he is.
Camerotto gives it across to Elmer. Elmer's got, looked like Tate coming past. He goes long on left foot. He's kicked it across. Oh, Bell Post Hill player fell over there at the crucial stage. Good enough to pick it up and gather again. Looks like young Lewis, I think, coming in head on at us. 1, 2, 3 bounces. Might have another one, 4. Might have another one. No, he's going to go the right foot kick. Will they turn it over this time? It goes towards McCrowan at centre wing. He gathers the footy, McCrowan. It's paddled back towards Barbaro. He's in all sorts of try. Gives it to McCrowan, who's run well. McCrowan now goes on the right foot. The kick got too much carry on it there for Miller. He's up, can't mark, nor Tucan Jolly. Here comes Costello. Here comes Abbott and Costello. Oh, he's in trouble. Ducked his head into one, and the umpire said,
Probably very lucky to get that, I think.
That's not a ticket for you tonight, Mickey Costello. You had the chance to get rid of it. You took on that player, ducked your head, and got the free kick, and that was a lucky one from umpire Rhodes. He kicks it out wide where Brendan Jolly takes the mark at half-back. Heads up towards Flynn at centre wing. He can't take the mark. Wall, they've had a good battle all day. Wall knocks it further afield. In goes Phil Gavin. Little paddle on. Kick off the ground by Gogol. Chance here out of defence. Cameron Carr gathers well for Bell Post Hill. Chips the ball back towards the centre of the ground. But again,
another turnover. Another poor kick.
As the Bradford bat takes the mark, gives it across there to Welsh. Oh, up high there was young Lewis. That's Matthew Lewis knocking the ball away from his opponent. Play on's the call, and Matthew goes and gets it. Well played, Matty Lewis. Up he goes towards half forward, looking there for Gibbs. He can't take the mark at the ground level. Here's Greaves getting the hand pass across, kicking up the ground. Carter might have done another leg. Here comes Fazio. Fazio chips it over the top, looking for Sybil. Sybil now in a bit of strife. Here he goes, round on right foot, chips it across the ground, looking for Brad Martin.
I think Sybil could have made better of that opportunity there. He
Certainly could have, because Jason Greaves got himself in there and did well. Almost 6 minutes gone on the Rockies 24-hour locksmith time clock as the kick's gone a long way away. And there's a good picture of you on screen, Laurie. We'll get the footy back in a minute, I hope. It's out of bounds on the far side of the ground. There it is. And up they go, Field. He's rucked pretty well, Tony Field. Knocks it towards Gibbs, who can't handle because it's gone too close to the fence. 6-6-42 plays 9-9-63. Anakie have a 21-point break, and Tony Field's done okay in the ruck, in the actual ruck, Jules.
He's done quite well in the ruck. He just doesn't do quite enough around the ground. That's the problem. That's where Welshie's probably getting on top, because he's dropping back. I think Welshie reserves his energy a little bit and just drops back. Probably experienced, knowing where to get a kick, and he's very effective.
We saw Jason Greaves get a kick up towards half forward, but it came back as quick as what it got up there. That looked like Brady getting the ball forward. Glenn Light gathers at half back for Anakie. In a bit of strife, tried to beat too many, but had enough coolness under the crisis and the pressure there to get it to Mickey Costello. His hand passes under pressure because he was well tackled there by Ante Stosic. The hand pass too far for Scotty Hurd. It bounces off players running into the football there, Mark Brady, but out of bounds. True centre wing, grandstand side of the ground. What a magnificent throw-in. Give the ruckman every chance. Well done, boundary umpire. He did too. Here comes Greaves. Slaps it away from Wall, who went to ground. Greaves held his feet and runs onto the footy. Well played, Jason Greaves. Now has to kick it off the ground because he's under pressure. Out wide it goes towards Matthew Lewis. Matty Lewis gathers it. Kicks it left foot round the body looking for Gibbs. The Gibbs is out wide there between centre wing and half forward on the far side of the ground. Gets around Scotty Simon rather cleverly, does Gibbs. In control of the football. The kick just a little too much carry. And here comes Jolly. Here comes Mr. Jolly, the Electrolux man. Bangs it out wide. Chance there for Cameron Carr. Can't gather. At ground level, Gavin's got it. He chips the ball back towards Cameron. Takes the mark forward to the centre of the ground. Cameron fires the hand pass to Elmer. In a bit of stripe. Elmer. One over the top. Not a bad one either. The kick in towards D. Bisson, and he takes the mark. And he holds the leg too. And he pulls up, and thank God he didn't run through the fence.
I think he should have a shot here. He's got a bit of a limp up, hasn't he? But that was a good tap on back there for Corey Bishop. I don't know whether you quite saw that.
It was Corey. Well, I just couldn't pick up who it was. I looked back at the screen. He was already gone. Here's D. Bissett straightening up and going for goal. He's just missed this one. He's first behind. He's kicked 4 goals, 1. But what an acquisition he's been on one leg.
Oh, he certainly played very, very well.
Really has. And look, I don't know whether his opponents have been running off him. I don't think they've been frightened in case it gets back to him, because he hasn't missed too many, has he? Here's the kick in from Michael Batty. He punt kicks it out to half back. Up they go. And this is nearly their best player, Matthew Lewis, who takes a good mark at half back. Played on, though, foolishly. Welsh was at ground level to kick the ball back. And, well, the mark's been paid to Brendan Jolly. I think in cricket that would have been not out, Laurie.
I think so.
That might have grasped before it got to him, I think.
I don't know how the umpire would miss that. How would he miss that?
Well, I guess he might have been in the wrong place at the wrong time.
He must have had his back turned. Yeah, the only excuse I can give for him.
Okay.
He's running straight at this. He should dob this one.
This is Brendan Jolly.
Straight at it. It's looking good. I like the look of this.
Magnificent kick, Brendan Jolly. And
I
tell you what, they've all gone to tell him. Anakie think they've won it. Let's hope they don't get overconfident, Laurie. They've all gone in to tell him, yet on you somewhere there.
They're certainly enthusiastic about it now. I think they can feel that next Saturday they've got an appointment, whereas Belpo still might be stuffing the boots with mothballs, as the saying goes.
Just looking around the ground, there's a fair bit of heads down out there for the Hillers at the moment. 2 bit of hands on hip stuff and a lot of standing still.
Well, they're just turning the ball over far too much, David. They're just wasting opportunities, and when you're behind, you certainly can't afford to do that. They have to get the ball up, quickly kick 2 or 3 goals on end, enthuse one other, then fight back. And they're not out of this as yet, but that goal certainly set Anakie alight, and a lot's going to depend on the next 5 minutes, I think. I've got a feeling Anakie might just run over the top of you at the moment. Yeah, it looks that way to me too. Geelong and District Footy League scoreboard shows 42 plays 70. It's 4 goals the difference in the final quarter. Mothballs for one of these teams. Certainly Belpo still have had enough of the play this quarter to score goals. They've come forward on repeated occasions, but as Laurie says, they've turned the ball over too easily. Into the centre, Cameron taps it back to Welsh. Welsh tumbles the punt towards half forward, slapped away down there. Out wide it goes. Corey Bissett beaten for pace on this occasion.
Now, Bell Post Hill, they've got to make something out of this. They come forward.
Wasted again.
Oh, the hand pass there from Mickey Scholar wasn't too good. Barry Burke's been good in defence. He butters up well and gets the hand pass out wide. Looking there, Glenn Light dives on top of the footy. Anakie seemed to have the numbers at the base of the pack there. It's gone out of bounds, I think you'll find. Yeah, half forward flank, Anakie into attack. And, well, Mickey Scholar had the break there, but just the fumble at the wrong time.
Exactly,
They tried to do too much.
They're just doing the wrong things at the moment,
Okay, the boundary's showing. Tony Fields up, wins the hit down towards Benyon, taken away from him by Elmer as Benyon ran past it. Elmer caught one high, I'd suggest. Got one over the top of the sky, and I think we've all agreed with that. Even Noel Fanning shouting up here. He agrees with that one. And
I used to play with Noel. He was a good umpire then as well.
Was he?
So he still hasn't lost it.
When you say he used to play with Noel, was he at St Fondles then?
No, he was at the Eagles.
He was at the Eagles. All right.
The West Coast.
Elmer takes the free kick. Been a lively little customer too, Jamie Elmer. I think some of these younger guys at Anakie, I saw them early in the year, I think they're starting to believe in themselves now.
You're probably right there, David. I must confess, it's the first time I've seen it. I've been quite impressed with some of these younger players.
The kick's good into the teeth of goal. Big field back there, I think it was, getting the hands up on that one. Darryl Biss at the base of the pack and Brendan Jolly there also.
He's going to pay a free kick there, I think.
And Michael Batty it is who will take this one. Well, he's right in the 10-metre square. He can run as far as he likes this time. You don't have to get pulled back here, young fella. And Batty puts the boot into the ball. Brady comes from behind, but he's too far behind on this occasion. Up in front, that's a mark, I'd suggest.
It's a big Tony Fields.
Big Field, yeah. Look, he's done all right. He certainly tried his heart out for his side today. Bell Post Hill now through field, chipped the ball in short, and here's Brady taking the mark at half back. They need to get a wriggle on. McCrowan's giving him a lead. He's still 15 metres on his own. He elects to go over the top of Mark McCrowan and kick it long. Fazio in front. Up goes Simon and fists the ball to the turf. Comes back to Carter. Carter goes on to left foot, tumbles the punt towards half forward. He finds Glenn Light, and he's been a revelation today. Light tips the ball out wide, and here's Elmer. And as I said before, some of these players believe in themselves. Light's one, Elmer's one. Got a few more there. Pittman not a bad contributor either at times. And Jason Greaves and Jason Flynn also are others. As Elmer punt kicks it up high. Oh, is that a mark? No, he missed it. Went up pretty high there. It was Batty, I think. Play on the callers. Papa Smurf's got it out wide. Stewie Benyon tips the ball around the woods. Well, half-back position. Goes to centre half-back. Fazio, he's got it. He eludes Welsh, who tries very hard to run him down. Got nowhere near him. He chips it out wide to the grandstand side of the ground, and Mark McCrowan takes the mark.
Had a little bit too much pace for Paul Welsh there, I'm afraid.
Yeah, I reckon I've got too much pace for Paul Welsh. Here comes the ball down towards Adam Priscillowicz. It's tapped away. Well done by Bedford Bat, but Priscillowicz knocked it further afield. Costello comes out of the fence. He's a straight ahead man, that Costello, wasn't he?
I was just about to say, I thought he's played reasonably well, Costello.
Oh, he's a good honest footballer. He got it to Gavin. Gavin got it across to the centre position. Centre wing, you might call that. Paul Camerono's got the...
I thought for one moment then Adam was going to have a kick.
I'm glad he took a while to get in there, didn't he? Okay, Camerono's got it, chips it out wide to Gavin. Played on. Oh, he just got around Nathan Lewis. Phil Gavin straightens up over the top of Corey Bissett. Long one down to the goal mouth. No mark taken by Batty. Here's Darryl Bissett's hand pass. The big fella Welsh. He goes this way, goes that. Yes! Gives it back to Bissett.
He likes it.
The heap has gone. Yes! And if they weren't home now, they're home. They went home before the home net. Hang on, the goal umpire hasn't given the all clear yet.
He has now.
Now the field umpire gives it to him. That's theatrics at its best. And Darryl Bissett kicks his 5th goal of the day. Unbelievable
Actually,
stuff.
someone tried to pick Darryl up then. Would you believe that?
Well, he'll be out next week. He'll have a bad back. He's done his sciatic there and everything all in one hit there.
That's a great effort. What's that, 5, isn't it? 5
goals, 1. And look at him.
The ice pack on his leg.
I don't know if he's tired or happy. He won't get up again there. Back to the centre. Well, Bell Post Hill. They've been gallant all year. They looked a very good side halfway through the year, but they've just fallen away a bit towards the end of the season. And Anakie have done the opposite. They looked ordinary early, and they've just got better and better as we see one of their better players, Light, try to get it out of the centre. Fazio robs him of possession. He's run down in the tackle by Scotty Hearn. They've been desperate. Elmer tries to kick it off the ground. Fazio at ground level got it, threw it up in the air. Umpire didn't see that one. It was an attempted hand pass, and he's blown the whistle before that. Laurie going to ball it up.
Yeah. Bellpost Hill just can't seem to do everything. Cos had everything right there. Just took that moment extra to try and do a little bit more with it and got caught and paid the penalty. And that's sort of been the story for Bell Park today. Bellpost Hill, I should say.
Yeah, since half-time, certainly. As we see Benyon at the base of the pack, knocked the ball further afield, got it out there, looked like Batty. Hand pass, came over the top. Little kick off the ground. I don't know about that one there from Gibbs. Play on as the call. Through crashes, Elmer tried to crash his way through. He's held up in it. Poor Camerado just gets rid of young Gibbs to try and let Elmo get it. Said Elmo's fire get up there.
They want a bit of fresh air in there, I think.
Okay, bounce down. It's just the attacking side of the centre of the ground there. Bellpost Hill into attack. The big fella still working hard. Intercepted there by Brady at Bellpost Hill. He punt kicks it towards half forward. Tapped over the back by Stosic. Wasn't a bad one either. Needs someone to run on it though. There's nobody at home. There's plenty of Anakie defenders there stacking it on top of the footy. Brad Martin is standing his ground at the base of the pack, getting up. That looks like Gogol, Gogol. And he tells me it's got 2 L's, but I can't put another one in. I'm out of breath by the time I finish that. Up goes Simon, knocks it down to Gogol. Simon, it was that time with 2 L's. Back it comes towards half-back. Walsh has a chance. Lost the footy. Here comes Martin. Taken away from him. That's Jason
The defence has been very, very
Hasn't he
good.
got some pace, that boy? He takes the ball along with the right foot. He's chasing it himself. There's no one up the ground. Out comes Corey Bissett. He's got opposition there too. Kick off the ground will go out of bounds in front of the... No, it didn't go out of bounds. It was kept in. Bellpost Hill retained possession. It comes back towards the centre of the ground. Gavin lays the tackle on Stewie Benyon. Stewie's good enough to get the hand pass away to Nathan Lewis. And here's Nathan Lewis. Chips the ball out wide of the attacking side of the ground. The kick is very good. And Sybil, Adam Zibovic takes the mark. Half forward, little chip over the top. They're trying to make every possession count.
That certainly wasn't an option
great
there.
mark. Bradford bat. Oh, he thought he was up in the roof again. Great mark by the Bradford bat. He chips it out wide to Gogol, who's got all day just weighing up the options here. And Gogol goes on right foot. He kicks it long down towards, just forward of the wing position. Out comes Tate. He can't take the ball cleanly. It's slipped away from him there by the youngster there in Nathan Lewis. And it's gone out of bounds. Boundary throw in right in front of the Bellpost Hill grandstand. And I reckon you can do a pin drop there at the moment.
I'm pretty sure you can. And I mean, Bellpost Hill are using some of the wrong options. They're going up there and just a moment ago there was 2 or 3 blokes and just kicked in the wrong spot.
Okay, here comes young Lewis again. Is it no, might be Barbaro, I think. Yeah, bit of a blue on behind the play. You watch that, Larry. I watch as it comes down the ground from Barbaro. Brady gathers, gets the hand pass there. Ooh, running into a bit of trouble, Brad Martin. Got a bit of support there. Brady again down to the forward zone. And Mark taken down there. Here's Gogol at the base of the pack, steadying, chipping it across the goal mouth. He's found his teammate back there in the one leg. Mickey Carter takes the mark. He goes on right foot out wide. Jason Greaves gather. He has got 100 yards to run in. Let's count the bounces. There's one. Oh, he's got to kick it. I thought he might have 4 or 5. He kicks it up towards Corey Bissett and clean bowled him. Kick it up the ground there. Defender coming through. Might have been Lewis hit hard there. Got the ball clear. Bellpost Hill now running the ball across half back. Hand pass comes out to young Matty Lewis. Lewis now goes out wide towards the long arms of Brady and the long sleeves of Brady. And he takes the mark. Hand pass over the tops. Hospital job for young McCrowan. He's got enough pace to get around Welsh, who does the chasing. And he kicks the ball down the ground, does young McCrowan. And he finds Adam Brasibowicz. Now, Sybil chips it in short to young McCrowan, who's come down the ground again. Drop one he should have taken. He'll give it back to Priscillowicz. He should straighten up and kick it along. He does on this occasion. Across the face of goal somewhat, but at least it's back out on the corridor. No mark taken. Tapped away from Fazio. Crashed his way through the pack. Miller tries one up the ground, missed it. Fazio taps the ball out again. Here comes Greaves. Under a bit of pressure. Good tackle by Cos Fazio. Ball spilt free. Scotty Simon butted up. He has done all day at half-back. He kicks the ball down the ground. This will be a down the ground free kick. I think that sling to the ground might have been a bit late, Laurie.
I'd say so. And just while you were speaking there, Andrew Jamison arrived onto the ground for his first run for the day, I believe.
Yeah,
I haven't seen him on before.
I haven't seen the bottle of Irish whiskey today. He's come onto the ground, Jamison. Good on him. Here comes Camerado. Goes long towards Corey Bissett. It's punched away well down there by, in fact, Scholar. He got the ball to Cameron Carr. Cameron Carr goes around the centre wing. Now, Bellpost Hill chip it back in the direction. Oh, chipping in very nicely is young Jason Flynn. Gathers the foot, he kicks it up towards Bissett. He can't take
nothing out there.
Well, it's the best it's been all day.
Yeah,
the sun's shining. It's even got warm out here nearly. Boundary throw in. Nearly, yeah. Tate couldn't gather the footy. Big field can, though. Ground level does well. Hand pass to the run of McCrowan, who's had a few kicks the final quarter. Around the ground he goes, looking there, up in front. Almost a one-hander there to Gibbs. You've got to use 2 hands, young fella. He couldn't hook that one in, though, with the one prong, and it's out of bounds. On screen there, you can see McCrowan in the long sleeves and also Gibbs the 41 Guernsey. Mickey Carter still got that bandage on. Take him an hour to get that off when he finishes the game today, I reckon. Boundary throw in. No free kick given. Chance for Fazio. Gave it up in the finish there to Pittman. Pittman's tackled and well tackled by Wall. Back come Anakie. Jamison nearly got a touch but was taken away from him. Here comes Fazio. Fazio chips the ball out nicely and that looked like Miller coming out taking the mark at centre half forward. It was not. It was
Brady.
Brady was it? Goes long. Players fly. That was Miller up high for the ball on that occasion. Couldn't take it. Darren Jolly dives in on top of his opponent. Might get away in the free kick. Probably the first mistake he's made all day, and Stewie Benyon takes the free kick at centre half forward for Bell Post Hill. He hasn't given up. He goes the short one. I don't know the wisdom of that. I think they've got to kick it long now.
I think Joey's still too far out to score from there.
Yeah, little Joey Barbaro's got the mark there. Scott Simon standing the mark, and well, take a good kick from the little fella here. Barbaro kicks with the right foot, looks to have pushed it a touch to the right-hand side. Not much, got good distance on the footy, but yeah, just offline, 1 point only on the board there to the Bell Post Hill Panthers. Well, the sting's gone right out of it now, Laurie. There's not much talking out on the ground, is there? And
the sting's gone right out of it.
It's very quiet all around the ground here too. Kick in from full back from Jolly, not a bad one either. It's all right. Greaves takes the mark. He wants to play on quickly. Gets the hand pass over the top. The Costello's in a bit of strife. Long hand pass from Costello is pretty good. Give it there. It might have been Gagel, was it? Right foot kick. Go towards centre wing. Not effective though. Here come the hill again. That might be Fazio again. Geez, he had a good last quarter. Up towards Pacificwitz. He can't take the mark. Lays the tackle. The ball spills free. It's in the goal mouth. It's kicked off the ground. Might be slapped through, I think, from behind.
Goal.
It's
Paul
a goal.
Miller.
Paul Miller got the foot on it. Well, I thought the Anakie boys had got the hand to slap it through, but Paul Miller kicks his second goal of the day. A belated goal to Bell Post Hill.
I think it might be a bit too late, David.
Yeah,
I think
too little, too late. But well done, Paul Miller, fighting the game right out. I thought they might have been able to slap that through the defenders down there, but good effort for the big fella to get down and put the foot into it.
he
And
just got the toe to it nicely. Just tipped it on the bottom.
Okay. Ball's back in the centre now. Haven't seen this final quarter scoreboard for a while, but it probably won't matter because looks as though Anakie have stormed their way into the... There's the scoreboard there. 49 plays 76 as Cos Fazio gets a lot of kicks today too. He gets it across, a free kick, that one, got it across to McCrowan. Now McCrowan goes down a half forward. Brady gathers and kicks the ball around the body nicely. Got it back to Brad Martin. Brad Martin's hand pass over the top. Oh, player there charged out. Gee, they're tough in defence, Anakie too. They're not letting much get out of here. Comes out towards Carter. He was going to do the shepherding, then found out, God, it's mine. He went back and got it though, Mick Carter. Tumbled it towards half-back flank. McCrowan clean bowled. Gathered by Carr, tackled by Jolly.
That was a good tackle.
Oh, wasn't bad, was it? He had no chance of getting rid of it. I don't think Cameron Carr knew that Brendan Jolly was right behind him either at that stage.
No, I don't think so.
He got the shock of his life. He put the big bear hug on him and a very good, effective tackle held up the play. Pittman does the ruck with Field, who knocks it over the boundary line. The siren's gone, I think you'll find. Yes, Anakie into the first semi-final. They have defeated Bell Post Hill. I think now they've won 11 out of 12 to make the finals, though. That's a sensational effort.
That's a top effort. What's that, 11, 10, 70?
11-10 will be 76.
And they're quick on that scoreboard over there.
And
It's gone.
they're taking it down already. So we'll get our scoreboard up. That, of course, GDFL Bingo sent a scoreboard. Final quarter scoreboard will be up on the screen in a minute. But Anakie 11-10, 76. They've defeated Bell Post Hill on their home ground. A pretty good test out here, I would think. Not a lot of sides come out here and win the games as Anakie have won them today quite convincingly after half time.
No, I think it's, as I said before, one side's got to miss out today. Unfortunately, it's Bell Post Hill, of course. But Anakie, their form's very, very good, David. They've won, what's this, 11 out of 12 games or something.
Yeah, and the one they lost was the Werribee Centrals, and they kicked very badly. But I thought the Daryl obviously said they should have won that easily. But
so that speaks to their form. Their form's very good, and they've got next week to front up now to the finals. I guess Daryl Bissell will have to spend a bit of time on that injury, but nevertheless,
he'll
I
play anyway,
think there's
won't he?
no way known that he won't be out there playing because he played so well there today at full forward, and maybe that was a blessing in disguise that he got injured and had to go to full forward.
There's the Anakie boys on screen. Young Costello coming into screen there Very sad week for him, I guess. His mother died through the week, and there he is. They've won the big one today, so that'll help a little bit for that boy. Good on you, son. You played very well in defence too, and you can see a few others there. Brendan Jolly's in there. He played. What a game he played at centre half back. He was tremendous, wasn't he? The number 9 jersey.
Yeah, he played very, very well. So did Scotty Simons, I thought, across the back line. He played a very good game.
Yeah, and Gogol was hard and tough back there.
I thought the
too.
whole defence was very, very good. When the ball hit the ground, they worked very hard up there, and that all goes well for next Saturday and the weeks ahead, because I think you also got to have people kicking goals, but you've got to have a good defence as well. And they seem to be a fairly well-balanced side, Anakie, and as I said before, probably tongue-in-cheek a little bit because they had to get there, but now they're there, I think they will worry a lot of sides in the next few weeks.
Okay, I think a few of the sides up the list might be a little bit disappointed to hear the news when they hear it that Anakie have beaten Belpost Hill here today.
Well, could well be. I mean, we don't know the results of the other games, but if they've got to play, which is a possibility, it'll be either any amateurs or Carrara. If they have to play amateurs, I think they'll probably be too good for amateurs.
Well, we did that game a few weeks ago where they came from 8 goals down against amateurs and won the money. So, well, I'm looking forward to next week, whoever Anakie play, because they're playing an exciting brand of football at the moment. They've always had the experienced players, but I believe some of their kids have come of age. And I speak here of, he's been around a while, I guess, but Scotty Simon's playing as good as he's ever played, I think. Jamie Elmer's playing very, very good footy. Here's the GDFL Bingo Centre scoreboard. We'll just write these down. 7 goals, 49 points to Belpost Hill. They managed just 2 goals after half-time. Anakie 11-10-76. They kicked 6 after half-time. And getting back to those players that have come on in leaps and bounds. Jamie Elmer is one, no doubt about that. Greaves is another, young Jason Greaves going down the list. Michael Costello playing pretty good footy for him. Glenn Light's given him plenty of pace. So too is Jason Flynn. And of course Scotty Hearn's back in the side after injury, and he's doing pretty well for him in the back pocket.
That gives them a fairly good balance, as we said before. It gives them
they're not as slow as some sides
that little
think
bit
they
more
are,
pace that they probably didn't have maybe the start of the season or even the last year.
But Laurie, there were 2 sides out there today, and Belpost Hill, they had plenty of tries too. I thought Matthew Lewis, number 2, played a very good game for Belpost Hill. I thought he was at the ball most of the day. There you go, 49 plays 76. Final quarter scoreboard. Stewie Benyon worked hard at the packs and tried hard. Big Tony Field did his bit.
Yeah, Cos played.
And Cos Fazio had an interesting game. He very good in the first quarter. Then Paul Camerado took him apart in the second quarter, but then, to his credit, Cos really fought back.
As you said, I think in the third quarter, Paul Camerado went into defence and allowed Cos to pick up a few more kicks there. But he did play a fairly good game for Belpost.
Played pretty well. Nathan Lewis was handy at times too, the youngster with the 51 on the back, and I thought David Gibbs tried very hard too most of the afternoon. Other players to do well at times. David Wall used his pace to advantage, and Barry Burke was a good defender most of the day.
Particularly in the first half, Barry. I thought maybe Belpost Hill could have shifted Brady probably into the forward line a bit earlier, or into the ruck even. I've
Just
seen him
to try
play
and liven things up a bit.
You know, he played mostly centre half back, and he wasn't very prominent today because Corey Bissett probably had the edge on him most of the day, and I think that's something they could have tried, but that's in hindsight, of course. And
well, we've got to give some votes soon, Laurie, so could you want to go through the goal kickers? You got all them goal kickers written down there?
Well, I'm hoping I have. I'll start with Belpost Hill first. We've got 2 to Cos Fazio, 1 to Michael Scholar, 2 to Paul Miller, and 2 to Nathan Lewis. Nathan Giles has got in the paper, but it is Nathan Lewis.
Nathan Lewis, of course, yeah.
So is that correct for them?
That sounds pretty good. Okay, and for Anakie's goal kickers, please.
The major goal kicker, of course, for Anakie was captain and coach and Daryl Bissett with 5, and a great game. Jason Greaves got 1, Corey Bissett got 1, Glenn Light got 1, and Jason Tate got 2.
And Brendan Jolly.
I must have missed him.
Bob 1 through also for the Anakie side. Now, Fano, you're ready with some votes, I believe. Right.
He's given 3 votes to Camerado from Anakie.
Okay.
I reckon you might like the big fella. He's given 2 votes. He's given, turn me up a bit. He's given 2 votes to Paul Welsh. Turn it up on the mixer.
Okay, he's just turning the microphone up there so we can hear Noel.
1 vote to Scotty Simon.
And 1 to Scott Simon. So, bit of experience there. 3 to Paul Camerado, 2 to big Paul Welsh. And 1 vote to Scotty Simon. Laurie, have you got... Oh, not quite ready yet. You got yours ready while I'm scribbling here?
Well, do you want mine for...
Your votes, my word.
For who?
for the game.
For Anakie?
Just 3, 2 and 1 as you saw the game.
Well, I got to disagree with those votes just a little bit. I thought the best player, in my opinion, was Scotty Simons. I thought he played very well across the back line. I'd give Scotty 3.
3 votes for Scott Simon.
I thought Paul Camerota did play well in the centre.
2 for the banana, Paul Camerotto.
And in traditional effort to give the losing side a bloat, I'd give it to young the centre half back there in the ex Bell Park player. What was his name? Number 19, I think it is. No, Barry Burke. Sorry,
Barry Burke, wearing 17. So
I thought he played fairly consistently all day across there for Bell Park.
Cookie, we'll just get Loaded Goldie to ask us for the Doug and Julie Pike Team Award for the afternoon. The best team player here up here at Myers Reserve today.
The player who was the best value to his side might not have been the best player on the ground, but the best player for the team. Laurie, we give an award to each week from Doug and Julie Pike, the builders there, and
it's the first time I've ever seen Laurie's brain tick over like that.
Well,
you put him on the spot, but
you have put me on the spot for.
I'll give you a couple of minutes, and we'll come back to you. Okay.
Okay. While he's looking through, well, votes. It was a hard game to give votes in. I've got no doubt about that, but I've gone all Anakie players. Not surprising, see, they won the game, I suppose, but with apologies to Cos Fazio, I thought he played pretty well. I have gone 3 points to Paul Camerotto for his game in the centre and drifting across the half-back. He set them up. He's just a good player. I gave 2 points to the old fellow, the goal square, Daryl Bissett. He kicked 5 goals. He was the best forward on the ground by a mile. I mean, he just kept kicking goals from him. He used his body and his bulk well, regardless of the fact whether he's on one leg or not. I thought he was the best forward on the ground, so I gave him 2 points. I mean, he's kicked 5 goals out of 11. You can't do much better than that. And I gave 1 point to the boy in the number 9 jumper, Darren Jolly, in defence for Anakie. I thought he played a great game. And, of course, Scotty Simon, I apologise to you, but you've got votes for everyone else.
They'll probably have a jolly old time out there at Anakie tonight, too.
Oh, I think they might have a couple of cold convivials. So we've got Paul Camerotto as our best player on the ground. No doubt about that. He's got 8 points. Second best will go to Scott Simon, who picked up 4 points. And, third best. Interesting here, Daryl Bissett with 2. Paul Welsh with 2. So we've got to split it one way there. You want to give it to Welsh or the heap?
Well, you're asking me?
Yes, you're the boss of the show.
Well, personally, I hate to go against Welsh because I like him, but for a man on one leg up there at full forward and kicked all those goals, I've got to go with the heap.
Okay.
Am I allowed to call him the heap, Laurie?
You sure can. You're big enough to do that.
I don't know about that. Paul Camerotto gets the 3 points. 2 points goes to Scotty Simon for his great game at half-back. And we've snuck in Daryl Bissett for the 1 point. And also, of course, AFCO Easy Shop Tankards and Rocky's 24-hour locksmith provide a magnificent plaque for the best player on the ground today, Paul Camerotto.
Correct weight, Cookie, and I think Loaded Goldie's ready with the Doug and Julie Pike best team player for the afternoon.
Well, I'd say probably looking through this list, and I was not going to say without much effort in it, I thought today for the best team player, in my opinion, certainly went to the captain and coach of Anakie. I thought he played a great game. A player of less ability and less courage certainly probably wouldn't have been out there today. He limped around everywhere. Some of his handballs from the bottom of the pack were terrific. He certainly plays as a team. He looks for people up there, and he was certainly an inspiration. And I'd say that he'd certainly deserve of that award.
I totally agree with you, Laurie, and I was very impressed with the way he deliberately shirt-fronted that goal post out there earlier in the game.
I'll need a new one there next year, Laurie. You hit that hard.
Well, actually, there was a decision there before, and it was in the third quarter. I think it was still shaking from the second quarter, from when he hit it.
Okay, so points go Paul Camerotto best on ground, Scotty Simon second best, and Daryl Bissett picked up the 1 point and the Doug and Julie Pike Team Player Award. Fano, have you got anything more to add to any of that?
No, mate, just thank you very much to all our sponsors this afternoon, and that final score again is...
We have seen Anakie overrun Bell Post Hill after half-time on the GDFL Bingo Centre scoreboard. They got 11-10-76 Anakie, Bell Post Hill 7-7-49. And, great effort, Anakie. Mothballs for Bell Post Hill for season 94. Anakie taking on the loser of today's game between Corio and Geelong Amateurs. Noel?
Thank you very much to Loaded Goldie
And also Robert Watson up there under the veranda near the bar where he was going to get drinks all afternoon. We had to keep ourselves under the ball. And a special thanks to the man downstairs in Scotty Parker and the boys up there at Optus Oval. And we hope Ronnie Brain's freezing down there at Apollo Bay.
It's nearly far enough away. It's a good place for him, isn't it, Apollo Bay?
It's far enough away from
I
him.
wonder if we got a one-way ticket.
Another fine guest video production.